Okay, friends, hello. It is Rocktober. This is our first official Zoom call of Rocktober month, which is exciting. So as you guys know, we just went to Rank Makers Live. Our girl Megan, she was amazing on stage. I'm sure if you guys did not see, there is a live video of it. She was awesome and totally killed it. Our girl Kaylee was also on the panel and did an amazing job as well. So the energy there was pretty awesome. Like, it was really, really hard. I'm going to be honest, it's going to be hard to kind of explain to you guys just how amazing it was. And we've got a ton of nuggets that we are just going to basically start sharing with you on some of this. Now, we are going to talk today specifically. I'm gonna not talk too much myself, but we are going to talk specifically about one of the speakers. His name is Hank Norman, right? That's his last name, Norman, right? And he has basically worked, guys, with some of the biggest like celebrities. He's worked with just some really amazing people in his life, Ray included. Ray Higdon is also one of the people that have worked with him. And I'm gonna share with you guys just a little tip that you may have already noticed that Hank said, and then I'm gonna pass this off because this was just a little thing. One of the things Hank said that he does that I thought was super cool was the fact that when you're getting on your Facebook, this is like a total random tidbit, like a total random golden nugget. Like, this is what I mean, guys. It's just random golden nuggets. This was like one of the biggest things I took away from Hank was that when you get on Facebook, even when we get on stories, I'm like, hey, story friends, hey, Facebook friends with that S, right? Don't do that anymore, you guys. He specifically said that you want to make sure that you are talking to your audience as if it is one person, that it's you and one person. Who cares if there's 17 people on your live video? Who cares if there's one person on your live video? You are talking to one person. So if you've noticed, probably on even my stories and on my live, it's, hey, Facebook, or hey, Facebook friend, or hey, story friend, hey, story people. Like, you don't want to say people, right? You want to make it oh my God, shit, that's not what you want to say. You want to make it a one person thing, a singular thing. You want that person on the other end, because really, if you think about it, that's kind of what it is, especially if you're on stories, it's you and the one person that you are watching, right? Or the one person that's watching you. And so you want to make that one person that's watching you feel extra connected to you. So it's going to, Rosie says it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of rewire our brain. Obviously, you just heard me like, people, like, it's hard to not say it. But it makes sense. It makes so much sense to make them feel like you are speaking to them. Okay, so I'm going to pass this off to Megan first. And I know Kim is going to share her takeaways from Hank as well. And I will kind of piggyback off of them. And if anybody who else, Jen, I don't know if you want to say anything, or Rosie, or if anybody else feels like they've got something that they want to add from Hank's speech, feel free to pop in. This is definitely just going to be like, we want all the golden nuggets as much as we can get. So Meg, it's all you.
For sure. So I just have an update really quick of something really exciting. Our girl Michelle Lanthier in the house is, one of our leaders on our team, and she is in Bob Heilig's coaching group. So if you guys know Bob Heilig, he has a podcast, My Virtual Upline. He is like network marketing training guru. He's very big, almost up there with Ray Higdon. And she has learned a really awesome daily method of operation, the DMO, and it's very similar to ours, but she's actually going to be running a power hour, a live power hour via Zoom twice a week. She will probably do a couple of different times. I think she's probably still working on, maybe some times. She's going to make sure that she posts this in the Dynasty and in Lab for everyone to see. So she twice a week is going to be running a weekly live power hour. I am for sure going to be hopping on that. So if you guys feel like you're struggling with your daily DMO, we're getting that power hour in. We'll make sure that we have a couple of different times, one for people maybe that work, from home, and then one for people that are working maybe in the evening so that everyone can hop on. Definitely encourage you guys to hop on there. So that is super exciting. And thank you, Michelle, stepping up as a leader, and it's super freaking exciting. So that's awesome. So Hank Norman is all about kind of like creating this star power and how you can actually convert your Facebook, like what you're doing on Facebook and the value you're bringing to people that actually want to do business with you and convert that to sales. And so like Kelly was saying, one of his things was that you're talking to one person. And so his thing was that the riches are in the niches, which I'm sure you guys have heard before, is that you really want to narrow down your niche, that you're not talking to everyone. You don't want to, for me, I don't want to be talking to a 45 middle-aged man that has 0 kids and, has nothing in common with me, doesn't struggle with he doesn't have any of the problems that I am trying to solve. And so one of the biggest takeaways before I'm going to really make Kim like do her nuggets first. But one of the biggest takeaways for me was that when you're posting on social media and you're talking about solutions, he was like, narrow down what problem in that particular post you want to target. So you know how like we'll make curiosity posts, it's like burns fat, deals with anxiety, da da da. He said that's not really a good tactic, that you want to focus in on one problem. So your posting should be speaking to one issue. How can you solve that person's problem? Like your audience is one person and who you want to narrow it down to. So when you're trying to make these broad posts saying, oh, our product does this and this and this and this and this and this, that you're actually going to be missing the mark, and that you really want to, with your posts, make it narrowed down to one problem that you're providing a solution for. And with that, I'm just going to hand it over to Kim, because I know that she loved Hank and she's a rock star, and she's going to tell us all her nuggets.
Thanks, Megan. Hey guys, I hope everybody, can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. I hope everybody's having an awesome night. So all of those I took away and they just blew my mind. I'm so guilty of the saying hi to everybody. So that's really hard to change. But the biggest thing is he asked, what single problem are you solving? Just like Megan said, stop talking about everything. It's overwhelming for people. So focus on the one. And then how exactly are you helping me? So he says this is just something you have to get used to doing, but basically showing people that you care about them. So the one piece of advice he gave, and this sounds so simple, but he really created a lot of suspense around it, was do one thing: help me. So stop trying to be a salesperson. Stop trying to sell things. Nobody wants that. Like Megan says, you have commission breath when you do that. So just help me. And it really blew my mind. And it seems so simplistic and silly, but when he said it, I'm so guilty of that, y'all, being pitchy, being salesy, trying to help with this, and this. And I just need to focus on sharing my story and how it's helped me and how it's helped Megan and Kelly and everybody else on our team, sharing stories about one little thing. So that was huge for me. Stop looking at it as a sale and just start looking at it as helping people, which we've all heard a million times. But I think you have to hear that so many times before it actually clicks in your brain. I know I did. Another one is, he said, most people fear connection and you don't think that you're worthy to help others. So just knowing that you're important and your story matters, and somebody out there in the land of Facebook is going through the exact same thing that you are. So think that you're worthy. You're totally worthy. You are there to help somebody. That's why we're doing this. So that was really big. And then how do you show that you care? So creating media content, going live, letting people in. And the biggest thing is authenticity. So just being yourself. I'm not Megan. When I try to act like Megan, it seems weird. Like I'm not Megan. I'm not Kelly. I'm me. So just stop comparing yourself. That was really hard for me at first. I thought that I had to do this, this, and this to make people connect with me. And it's not the truth. Like, I don't need to do any of that. He says to show us the process of how you help, document it. So as you're actually going through like changes in your life, like whatever self-development you're going through or whatever struggles you're going through, to take pictures of it, to document it, video how you're changing. Like, people don't just want to see the success story. They want to see the steps that it took to get there. And that was really big for me, like showing people how to get from X to Y. They don't just want to see Y. They don't want to see the success. They want to see the rags to riches story. So go through it with them. Show people how you're changing. And then that shows people what it's like to work with you, he said, which I thought was really cool. And then your why. So we all think that we know our why, but he says your why comes from explaining what problem this fixes in you. So again, sharing your story, why this is such a big deal for you. In order to let others in, you have to find your way out. So allow those connections. It was just really cool. Like, he kind of blew my mind. He was kind of a weird, quirky dude, but just the most simplistic things like that, like the way he said it was so powerful. I actually started following him on Instagram. So he's a cool guy. It was crazy. Like, y'all have to go to Rank Makers next year. It was,
For sure.
it was incredible.
Another thing that was really, that I just was looking at my notes too, that stood out for me, and I'm like, oh, that, yeah, I do this, is that the power of your personality. So he said, watch back your videos. We all hate to watch our videos, right? I know that when I watch my live, I'm like, but there's power in that, because he says, then you can see the way that you're coming across and modulate your behavior. So if you're watching yourself and you're like, oh, wow, like sometimes when I watch myself, I'm like, oh yeah, you were really aggressive there. Then I'm like, okay, now I can modulate that and course correct myself when I watch back my videos to see how you're coming across. Now, clearly when we like watch ourselves, we're our biggest critique. But if you're watching yourself and you say, oh man, that came across kind of, whatever it is, then you can know how to modulate yourself. So that was huge for me. Being social online. So that's the thing he said, is like, social media is meant to be social. So make sure you're being social. So when someone is commenting on your stuff, go back and reply to their comments. That was huge for me. He's like, people don't do that, and they're totally missing, like, when people are commenting on your posts and if you don't comment back, that what that says to them is that you're not there for social media. You're there for self media. Is that you only then care about yourself and like, that you're going live or but you're not really caring about making that connection with people. So if people are commenting on your posts, if you want more engagement and you want more people commenting on your posts, reply to the ones who are already leaving you engagement. Like, it's really, think about that. If you comment on someone's post and they don't reply back to you, how does that feel for you? Are you like, oh, okay, well, did she not see it? Does she not care? Like, I know for me, I look at that. I look at that when I go look at people, when I'm prospecting people or adding to my network. And if I go to their page and I see they have a ton of comments and they have not responded to those comments, I'm like, okay, well, it's pretty clear. She's in it for herself and doesn't really care about other people. So that was huge for me. What was the other thing? Kelly, what do you have from Hank?
Yeah, so there, on top of what I started with, there are a few more things that I really hit home with. And we kind of already touched on them a bit, but the first thing is, he says, and I just like the way that he like put a slide up, you guys, and I like the way that the slide reads, is that it says the single biggest factor determining your success. Anybody want to take a guess at what it is? Type in the comments. I'm curious to see. I'm literally curious to see if anybody is brave enough to tell me the single biggest factor determining your success. Allison says you. Ooh, that's a good one. He says, showing us you care. Bam! Mic drop on that one, you guys. Showing us you care. To me, that was just so huge, because I feel like in this industry, it's so easy to get caught up in, I got to hit a sale. I got to hit bronze. I got to hit silver. I got to hit gold. People become numbers, and it's not intentional sometimes. Okay. Like, we don't not saying like we don't care about them ever, but when we get so caught up that in that rush, we sometimes forget why did we do this. Okay. And that brings me, and honestly, the reason we did this is because these, most likely, you fell in love with these freaking products. You were like, wow, these products are amazing. They're changing my life. I mean, I know every person on this call right now has some type of testimonial with these products that you say that they have changed your life some way, shape, or how. Okay. And that rush, that's where you guys need to be living in. Okay. Because that takes me to his second biggest thing that he said. And that was, your why comes from explaining what problems your why comes from explaining what problems this fixes in you. Okay. Let me read that again. Your why comes from explaining what problem this fixes in you. Did you guys get that? Your why comes from explaining what problems this fixes in you. Okay? That makes so much sense. He's basically saying that's your why. Share every day. There, I'm sure, and like what this is like what Megan was saying, right? Every day you can put something new up as one thing every day as to what problem these products fix for you. One thing, focus on one thing and just share that, because that's going to be you sharing from your heart. That's going to be you sharing your experiences. It's not going to feel forced, because guess what? It's not forced. It's just you. It's just you sharing your experiences. That cannot be forced in any way, shape, or form. Even if you were trying to force it, it's not going to come out forced. Okay? And so those two things together is, if you are realizing that it's, again, shift your mindset from thinking about it as a sale and thinking it more of, how can me sharing my experiences with this product today help somebody relate to me? That's the question you need to be asking yourself every day, or anytime you feel like you're in a post funk, right? We all go through those like post funks. We were like, I don't know, it's a post. I do the same thing. Every day you need to be asking, what can I share today that will connect with somebody else in hopes of helping them, right? So when I go on and I share about, and even guys, even do this, think about this in the business too. This is not just the products. How has the business changed your life? How has the business changed your life? Because guess what? You talking about how the business has changed your life is, again, going to connect with somebody on your social media and likely solve a problem for them. So if you paid off your car payment with your paycheck, or you were able to take your kids for ice cream and didn't have to tell them no that week because you could afford the extra $45 to go splurge on ice cream, share that. That's a problem that you are fixing for somebody else. That is showing them that you care. That's where they're going to connect with you. Okay? So those were like huge like truth bombs for me. Let me see what else I have in here. Let me see if I'm missing anything. I did also write down, Megan touched on this, but I did also write down the reason, and this is a big one, and I talked about this in my live in the video today. The reason you don't help people is because you don't think that you are worthy enough to provide it. Did you just get chills? Because I did. You don't help people because you don't think you are worthy enough to provide it. You are. Y'all are. Every single one of you is just as qualified as me, as Megan, as Brittany Beck, any person in this company. We are equals here, y'all. Okay, just because I'm your upline doesn't mean that we're not equals. We are absolutely equals here. Okay. And so there is no reason why you cannot provide the same help that I can provide somebody. Okay. Your rank does not determine your leadership. Let me repeat that again. Your rank does not determine your leadership, period, ever. And so you've got to tell that little birdie that's in the back of your head that's telling you that you're not worthy to shut the F up, because you are. And you want to know how I know that all of you guys know that you're worthy? One, because you're sitting on this call here with me. And two, you clicked submit. Yes, I want to be an Ellepreneur. And I know in that very second, when you clicked, yes, I want to be an Ellepreneur, you believed for at least that split second that you could do this and that you were worthy of all of this. And that is huge. That is not something I can help you with. That is a decision you have to make. And that little birdie is going to come back every once in a while. You guys going to come back quite often. You got to tell that birdie to shut up. Okay. So if you are focusing on caring and you're focusing on your why, right? AKA what problem, how can you help somebody else? You are going to see results from that. You're going to. It's just the energy you're going to be starting to put out, guys. It's going to come back to you so hard and so fast and so strong. Trust me. It's true. Okay, so that's all I wrote down.
I have another takeaway I have another quote that I just found from him. In order to let others in, you have to find your way out. So it goes back to the why of how this solves the problem for you. But in order to let others in, you have to find your way out. So you can't be sharing that like, yep, I'm dead broke, just going to stay dead broke. Life sucks. That's my why. Right? Because we get so like, and Ray talks about this too, is like, you think your why, like if you have a shitty past, that's your why. And that's why people should like buy into you. No. You have to let others in and to help others, you got to find your way out first. You got to find your way out. And then whatever this business or the product has helped you solve in yourself, you finding your way out is how you're going to bring others in. And you don't help because you have a fear of connection. You don't help because you have a fear of connection.
Yep. Yeah. No one wants to hear a rags to rags story.
Yeah, those are some huge ones.
That's Kim just said that. That was a good one he said too. No one wants to hear a rags to rags story, you guys. Okay. How is your life improving? Because it is. Shift your mindset from shift your mindset to being gratitude, right? You want to be appreciative for the things that you do have. Okay. Stop focusing on all the problems, but how are those problems starting to shift? Again, this whole process, this whole network marketing experience, you guys, is so much behind mindset and shifting your mindset. And it's magical, but it's not something that we can do for you. All we can do is try and make light of this. We all have these similar thoughts. We all have these similar feelings. You think that Megan and I don't feel like this sometimes? You guys are crazy, okay? Like we absolutely second guess ourselves sometimes. We absolutely compare ourselves to other people sometimes. We're human. Just like everybody else, we've just decided that we're worth it and that we're going to keep going. Rosie said, the quality of your brand is the quality of that one-on-one connection. Absolutely. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah. Open up yourself, guys. Don't be so vanilla and be like, oh, coffee, coffee, coffee all day long. Oh, my coffee does this. My coffee does this. That's not going to open up people to you. Ashley Elizabeth just did a freaking live today and shared a very vulnerable part of her life and her story today. And she said, my inbox is blowing up with other women saying, oh my gosh, like this story helped me. So when you can get vulnerable and real and peel back the layers and not be so freaking vanilla, like if you have a strong stance about something that might be a little controversial, talk about it. If you have something that's kind of scary about your past that you have overcome, share about that, because that's when that connection of other people is going to come in. If you're vanilla and you're posting my coffee does this, my coffee does that every day, you're very forgettable. You're very, very forgettable. So remember that. You want people to connect to you and relate to you. Yeah, it was, guys, it was a freaking seriously mind-blowing event. We all were like, wow, best event. And, I've been to several industry events, lots of conventions in the past 5 years. Rank Makers Live, by far my absolute favorite, epic, life-changing one so far. And so we have nuggets. We have, today we focused on Hank Norman's speech or whatever. And the next couple of weeks, we're going to bring some more good ones for you guys and have more of everyone who was there sharing. So super exciting stuff.
Yeah, y'all, it was like mind blowing. Rosie, Jen, does anybody else have anything that they want to add from? I know Rosie says, if you think you're not ready, he asks, do you have a phone? Then you are ready. Okay, that's so freaking true. It is so true. You are ready. And Jen Anderson says, I am the Google Maps for navigating your dreams.
Love that one. Yeah.
So true. That's a good one. I am the Google Maps for navigating your dreams.
That's what you are. You're the Google Map to navigate people's dreams.
Yep. It's that simple. It's that simple. Stop overcomplicating this, you guys. Stop not believing in yourself. Tell that little birdie to shut up. Stop trying to sell people with every fact ever about the coffee and the new formula and all. I mean, I don't even know if these are posts that you guys are making. I'm just kind of rambling off the top of my head, but I'm saying those posts, that's not Ashley sharing her story, which probably didn't even, she may not, I didn't watch her live yet, but she may not have even talked about the coffee business much or at all. It was just
a little bit, but be prepared to cry when you watch it. Just be prepared to cry. Just let you know. I mean,
oh my God, if this is about your cat again, I'm going to freak.
Oh my God, she mentioned the freaking cat.
Oh my God,
that was what first brought me to tears. And then I'm like, no, God, now you're going to first the cat.
You guys, oh my gosh. She told us a story, long story short. She told us a story of how her cat died one time, and it was absolutely heartbreaking. I'd never met this girl in my life, and she told me how her cat died, and I was hysterically crying over this cat that I did not know, nor did I barely know Ashley at the time, but it was heartbreaking. It was absolutely heartbreaking. So sad. Kinley, yes, you were there. Okay, so anyways, you guys, that's a little side note. I didn't want to leave you guys out little, okay. Anyways,
so borrow our belief, guys. We believe in you. You might not believe in yourself yet, and that's okay. I didn't believe in myself. Borrow our belief and know that we believe in you. And so just borrow it. Borrow our belief, because this is a huge opportunity and a huge gift that you have to literally change the course of someone's life. There are people on their hands and knees praying for an opportunity like this, praying for you to message them, offering them an opportunity like this. There are people literally praying for it.
Yeah. I was one of those people, you guys. Me, I was one of those people that was literally hysterically praying, freaking out. And look at this. Look at you guys. Me, I failed 5 times before this. Okay. I didn't come with a huge team, didn't come with a lot of knowledge. I had rank maker knowledge and just was winging it. And literally, so I could have very easily doubted myself in this entire process. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely days where I'm like, whoa, man, what are you doing here, Kel? Are you winging life a little bit too much? I get it. I get it. And that's normal. But the thing is don't give up on yourself. Okay. Because it's not just about you anymore. That's not why you signed up. Your goals and your whys, again, it's not just you. It's how can you help everybody else? Okay. Like I look around and I see you guys and I'm like, dude, if I didn't say yes, if I didn't just like randomly decide to just jump, none of you guys would be here. None of you. Do you know how impactful that is? That's insane to me. I can't imagine life without you guys now. Like, how could that be possible? So stop doubting yourself. Stop telling yourself lies that you aren't worthy of the success or that you can't achieve those goals, because you can. You just have to decide to do it. Literally. So that's basically all I have for you guys today. I think that's all. Does anybody else? Rosie, Kim, Jen, anyone that's on here from the event? That's all we have. Yeah, I do. I love you guys so very much. Stacey is just, I can't even control my tears right now. Don't cry, you guys. I hope that these are happy tears. We love you guys so much. Life is amazing with you guys, and we are very thankful for every single one of you. And I just feel like that event really showed me the light of just how freaking amazing whatever this is that we have here. That's like really hard to describe to people. It's just super cool. So that is what we have for you guys today. So watch out for Michelle. Shout out to Michelle, okay? Because that's freaking amazing for her to step up and say, hey, I want to do these. We didn't ask her. She stepped up and said, I want to do this. Like, that is freaking awesome, you guys. True leader right there to step up and do something like that. And if you don't know what a power hour is, hop on these calls. If you're new, a power hour essentially is going to be a breakdown minute by minute of how to utilize your time, how to get your DMOs done, which is your daily method of operations, aka also called IPAs, income producing activities. And so please take advantage of these power hours. Even if you only do the 2 power hours a week, that is so much better than nothing at all, you guys. Okay, so hop on them. Michelle, you are absolutely incredible for doing that for us. Stay tuned. Keep a lookout for those. We are definitely going to be, just want to let everybody know, we are trying to talk about possibly getting some type of event call type thing when we are together in convention, if we can make that possibly happen. Okay, we're still trying to work it out. So if you're going to convention, we're trying to figure out a way where we can maybe go live in the sneak peek group and do similar to the Zoom that we did last month, but just live together, as a team. So we're just kind of letting you guys know, feeling that stuff out. So let's keep the heat up in that group, in the sneak peek group. Don't forget, you guys feel free to share your posts and stuff in there as well. Anything of value that you think would be good. And yeah, that's what we got. So next week, we're going to bring you guys some more nuggets from the call. And yeah, so thank you guys for hopping on. We love and appreciate you. Happy Tuesday. Let's go rock this October. And I hope you guys are feeling inspired and ready to kill it. All right. So, all right, y'all. We love you guys so, so much. Thank you for hopping on tonight. We'll talk to you guys later.